then.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, Hi-Ten, George Realty. We're so honored to have Nancy to start our agent training. It will be very comprehensive. It will last for a few weeks. And today, Nancy is going to start by teaching us how to get the leads and how to go to marketing and all the little tricks. Okay. Nancy, go ahead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to be here. It's an honor. I've known Peter for 40 some years and we're dating ourselves, but I still love my job, Peter. Okay. I think that helping agent to be successful, Peter and I think the same way, and so does Michelle. And every agent is different. So when I'm talking about all the stuff that agents are doing, you need to pick what you like. And then you can also step out of your comfort zone and do something, one or two extra things that you're not comfortable with. And I think that's how I gain my knowledge, how I became better, and as I go in my business. So farming is what? The term farming, the farmer goes and put their seeds there, the orchards or the rice paddy. It's called farming. And then it's going to grow into fruits and you can harvest. So farming is number one. That's why the term farming. And then in the old days, why the realtor call it farming? Just like a rice paddy. They used to draw a square of the properties close to their office, the four boundaries, and then they do it like a field, and that's how they farm. So you do have to have an area. So what I'm talking about is that farming, you have to have an area. You have to decide. The two things that I want you to do, and I think it'll be very important, that's the beginning of your, so you can reap the rewards. Number one, I always tell people, we all know at least 3 to 5, 10 people. And some of them are, and then we probably know, I know a lot of people, and some of them, the people that you can count on, you can nurture and you have good relationship with. And I call that the warm farm, the people that I already know. You should have a database. And I know all of you, remember, Catherine, we used to write down people's address. We have the address book, name and phone number and all that stuff. And now with technology, that could be inputted in your database. So you need to have a database first, because how are you going to start? Those are the people that you already know. Your previous work colleagues, if you have children, your PTA friends, if your kids are in sport, the coaches and all the other parents, and if you have interest, like my son goes to the knitting club, he knits, and he has a lot of friends there. And one of my friends plays pickleball, then they have their friends there. Those are the people you already know, that you have a certain type of relationship with. Those are the people you should be farming. They already know you. They already like you. Why not turn them into referral system? Okay? That's what I call your familiar, your warm farm. Now I'm talking about the people you don't know. A lot of realtors, I have one that just moved down from Sacramento. He decided to move to Southern California. He says, I don't know anybody. So my next step with him is that I'm going to set him up on a farm where he's familiar with or he likes the farm. The reason I said when you pick a farm area, my preference, you don't have to listen to me. My preference is George Realty, Hi-Ten, has a big sign out there on Garfield. All that neighbors drive through that street, whether it's Norwood or Garfield, right? And they already know you. So it's not completely cold. So if you want to farm, and don't fight over this, right? But I would be farming within walking distance to my office. Why? I had a client years ago. He was a part-time agent. He didn't have the money. He has a car that's all beat up. He didn't even want to drive it very far. So he started walking around his office. And that's how he farmed, because he had no choice. You know what, right now, with us, with our children, we have so many choices. If you're desperate, you don't have a choice. You're going to walk. So what he did is he walked the neighborhood of his office, and people beginning to respond. They said, "Oh, your office is right across the street. Yeah, right there." The name is already there. So when you introduce yourself, I'm agent from High-Ten George Realty, they already know your sign. So it's not like a complete a stranger. Okay. So you have to decide what area. Couple of things that is use it as a basis. Where you live, you know the area, you live there. It's easier to talk to your neighbor saying, I live here. I'm your neighborhood realtor. I know this area, and how long have you been? So just the familiar area that where you around the houses around where you live, the houses around your house. Also, the places you like to farm. A lot of agents said to me, Nancy, I have a friend that's looking for a property in Whittier. Should I go farm in Whittier? Why not? You're going to knock on doors and talk to people. So hopefully somebody will have a listing so you can sell to your buyer. But in the meantime, if it's convenient, if it's the area you like, you can keep going. So you have to pick your farm area. Because why? Peter, we know consistency. If you farm all over the place, people don't warm up to you the first or second time you send a mailer, you call them, or you walk to their door. It takes time to develop relationships. Relationship is from people knowing you're there consistently. Okay, so you can't farm an area that's you live here, you want to farm in Culver City, and you don't even live there, so you're not going to show up consistently. It takes a few times talking to people, meeting people before they warm up or open up to you. Does that make sense? Okay, so you have to pick an area that you're going to be consistent with. Okay, also, and people forget this, how much time are you going to farm every week? Or how much time do you have every day? Everybody's different. Some people have a part-time job. Some people have children. Some people have obligations. You have to allocate the time. You can't say, I want to farm today, so I'm going to call 15 people, and then you don't do it for 3 months. You can't treat your family that way. I cook 1 meal and I don't cook for them for 3 months. All my kids were going to say, I'm the worst mother there is, right? So consistency and repeating the same thing is a good way. That you need to do that. Farming is not a one-day thing. So how much time are you going to allocate every day or every week or every few days? You have to decide. I can't decide it for you. If you need personal guidance, you're welcome to call me, text me. I'll make time for you. And today, one of the old agents asked me, Nancy, what makes you successful? I said, I don't know how to define success, but when I first started, and I hope all of you will keep that in mind, I'm not perfect, but it was hard to try to sustain yourself. And so success, to me, was very abstract. And I thought about it. And I said, you know what? If I can make somebody's life a little better today or make somebody happier today, I call that success. And if you keep that in mind when you do farming or meet people, you're going to be successful. People are going to remember you. You're the positive person. You're the one that brought a smile to their face. You're the one that was concerned with them. It's a people business. I don't care how much tools you have. If you can't be a good person, you can't establish a relationship with people, you're not going to do well. I've seen a lot of agents come and go in my life. And when it comes down to it, they did not have that I would say the motivation to establish good relationships. It's about money. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to make money. That's why we have this class today. But money, you can make 1, 2, 3, 10 transactions, but how are you going to sustain yourself? It's relationship building. Okay. So how much time you're going to spend to do your farming and build relationships? I have people that farm for years and the person died. And this is a true story. I did a lot of old transaction with them that people passed away. And then I'll ask him, I said, Jim, how did you get this listing? He said, okay, I've been calling this guy for the last 10 years. And every week or so, I'll give him a call and say, are you still alive? I'm still alive. They just, after a while, they know each other. And then he said the son called him one day, said, my father just passed away 2 weeks ago. And we found a letter on his desk saying, if we ever want to sell this property, we should hire you, Jim, as a realtor. That's how relationships are built. It's a long-term thing. You might get lucky knocking on the first door, making a phone call. They might be in the market to buy or sell. But relationship in farming is long-term. Okay. So how much time you're going to spend every day, every week, or on getting leads, talking to people, getting to know them, and give them advice on real estate, and then they can come back to you. So farming is a long-term thing.
Nancy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
After we do a mail out, like you said, with that man that had the relationship for 10 years, when we do a mail out, how soon do you think we should call that the places we sent the letters to?
I will call within the same week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because people forget.
Yes.
I will even go visit. If you happen to drive by, you go visit. You know,
Okay.
I have an idea that I think it works. I used to print out like a postcard type of card with my name, and I'll show one to you. I'll bring one so you guys, I still have them.
Okay.
It has my name and my picture and my phone number on there. In front, you can write, you can use it as a postcard, write people know. In the back, I have lines like a notepad pad that I write notes. So one of my realtors did this for years. He will have those cards when somebody's not at home, he'll write, say, I happen to be here. Business card gets thrown away. A handwritten note does not get thrown away. At least it gets read.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, I will send you an example to Michelle and Peter. I've used it for years because when I used to go to people's office, if I put a business card there, nobody cares. But if I write a note, Catherine, I haven't seen you for a while. Are you okay? I heard that you were not feeling well or whatever, right? And then you see my name and thing, and then you say, oh, that's a personal thing. You know what? Nowadays, people don't, okay, email doesn't work anymore. Unless you're waiting for that email, that's a business transaction. People want to see that email. It gets deleted. How many emails do we delete every day? I have realtors that say, I want their email address. I said, they're not going to read it. The time has changed. When email came out 30 years ago, everybody wanted email. Everybody's reading it. Now I don't read it. Do you read all your emails? Boom, 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 delete. No. Right. So emails is not the thing. Commercial big projects, if you're a known realtor, you have a reputation of doing big projects, those people will read your email. But if you want to just farming and doing emails, it doesn't work anymore. Okay? So phone calls is also good, but if you call somebody cold call, and I will give you, I'm getting cold in here. This room is really cold. I think that there's a lot of ways. I'll tell you ways of getting phone numbers, okay? So it's not that hard, but you have to fine-tune your skill in how to make phone calls. I know Tom Ferry and Mike Ferry, they have all the scripts. The scripts are great, but if you don't know how to make that script become you, it doesn't work. Oh, are you in the market of buying and selling? I'm so-and-so from High-10 George Realty. Boom, hang up. So you better train your tone of voice, how you present yourself, so people at least will listen. Okay? And I found out in the last, I would say, efficient way of farming, there is no efficient way. There's the old tough way. Face-to-face, toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye. That means door knocking. But technology, Facebook, Instagram, all that works because you market yourself. I have one realtor that didn't have any client. No buyer, no seller, fresh out of school. Found a job and didn't like it and quit, became a realtor. You know what he did consistently? He will go to the new project, all the new developments by builders. He'll go take pictures of it. He asks for permission to put it on Facebook. Of course, Lennar and them would love for you to promote the project. And he'll look at the models and he'll explain what they are. He'll tell them that I do have people that can help you finance this and that. He did that for a year. Every project he went to see, you know what? He did get buyers. And now he's doing listings. So technology with Facebook, Instagram, that works. But send something that's important. And he did. He went to the site and he filmed it. Every week he has something that he's putting on Facebook concerning real estate. And his face is there. His name is there. Okay. How do you decide which area you want to pick? How many homes you want to pick? Like I said, depends on the area, depends on how familiar you're with the area, and also how much time you're going to spend. I have agents that say, Nancy, I want a farm package, and I'm looking, I say, where do you want? Oh, I want all of Arcadia. I said, do you know how many homes there are? No, you have to target. So I will narrow it down. I'll say, okay, which area do you like the best? What price range you're looking for? What kind of houses you're looking for? Some area has big mansions, some area have single story homes. I want to pin him down so he's not wasting his time. If you send out mailers to 2,000 people, that's a lot of money. Oh, and we do have our company, we do have what we call printing service called Corfat. It's not our company, but they're the third party that can save you money and stuff when you do want to print. So there are other apps or other companies that we can refer you to do your printing and sending things out. So targeting farm is like, I have one agent that's doing really well. He only targets people, they're older. So how do I do that? We can't do age. We don't know. So what I do is that I will do the farms in Arcadia or whatever city he wants that people own it for more than 30 years, 25 years old owner. That means they've been there a long time. That means they're older. You don't buy a home when you're 19, right? So 30 years in that home, so they must be at least 50 years old, 60 years old. So I do that so you don't have to waste your time and money. So your time and how much you want to spend on the printing and all that is important. Everybody's going to be different. Irma's going to be different than Helen, and Rebecca's going to be different than Camellia. So you need to at least think about these. And if you don't know how to strategize the way you want to farm, call me. Let's put our brains together and see what we can help you with. There's people that says, I want to farm close to the schools because the people the kids can walk to school. Some people say, I don't want the schools. I don't want Foothill. I don't want Baldwin. I don't want Santa Anita. I don't want Garfield. We can take it out because those are busy streets and you don't want those houses might be hard to sell. So I have agents that give me specifics. Okay. I don't want anything close to the freeway. Communicate with me so I can tailor that to you. Okay, that's the farm we're going to give you. But I have agent that does door knocking. So what I do is we do a walking farm. That means that the farm that we get from the database in the county, they go by parcel numbers. For the walk, so your property could be jumping back and forth from this side of the street to that side of the street. When you say, Nancy, this is my walking farm, I want a door knock. I would do alphabetical by street, and then I would do even number ones first and then the odd number. So you're not going back and forth. You can walk from this side all the way to the other side and turn around and go backwards. So that's easier for you to go to do door knocking. So whatever I give you on paper, and also we have that on the app. We have called LA Touch Pro. That's an iPhone app. It's a walking farm and property profile mobile app that you can use. So that's what I'm saying. I can give you all these apps, but I want to show you how to use it. So you can use it and not waste your time and be more efficient. Okay? So those apps are available, and I don't get to talk to you individually. COVID just destroyed relationships because I don't get to see the agents anymore. So the one-on-one is more important. So you guys are welcome to call me. I'll come and meet you somewhere at your office, in a coffee shop, in a restaurant. Then I can show you how to do this. Okay? Peter,
Nancy,
you have any questions?
yeah, Nancy, I was having I was approached by some agents, and they said they were thrilled about the Zillow's leads, and they want to get into their website and even pay for getting leads from them. What do you think of this? I
Zillow
think
is
that's
very expensive. Zillow per person is like
Very expensive,
$2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to depend on Zillow? They're using your information to make money.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
thought.
but but see, if you have a listing, once you have a listing, it's on the MLS, Zillow, Redfin, the Realtor.com, they all pull it from it. You don't need it. But if you're doing also your own social media, you're filming yourself walking in front of the house. I got a new listing. This is house. That's the one that you post on Facebook, which is free.
Yeah.
You post on
Well,
Instagram.
the agent thinks that the Zillow has a wild exposure. High
Zillow has
exposure, and
its
then they're very effective, but I don't, I mean, they're actually using your information to make money.
Yeah, they're
You know?
using all our listings and data to make money to sell it to
Yeah.
everybody else. Because I have agent that signs up every month is over $2,000.
Wow,
It's not cheap
wow.
because I check into it. But if you do your own listing instead of using Zillow, Zillow already have your listing. They pull it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
pull all the MLS and
the
put it on
MLS,
there.
yeah.
So why do you want to give them money for your own information?
Yeah.
What you do is you do a Facebook video.
Mhm,
And you just put it on your Facebook, put it on your Instagram,
mhm,
okay?
mhm.
Even put it on YouTube. I've done YouTube videos,
Yeah.
okay? I haven't done it for a couple years, and I should start because I used to
Actually,
get,
for advertisement purposes, LoopNet is much better than.
yeah, but LoopNet's for commercial more, industrial more, but not for, residential. But I don't mind Zillow because it's part of our industry. We have to accept it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think they're just using all your listings to sell it to everybody else to make money.
They have a what they call premier account where you have to pay for it. That's what I
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
see.
over $2,000 a month individually.
crazy, you know.
It's over $2,000.
Wow.
But this is what, okay, you know what the premier account is? I know one thing, that if somebody clicks on it, they will tell you, they will call you to follow up with that buyer.
Mhm,
But if you don't answer, it goes to the next person.
yeah.
So are you going to be 24/7
Yeah.
looking out for that phone call? And then a lot of the people that look at it does not turn out to be legitimate buyers, or it is really difficult because you don't know them. So your closing skills
Mhm.
has to be really good.
Yeah.
How do you turn that lead from Zillow into your buyer? Mostly buyer, not sellers, okay? A lot of our renters.
Yeah.
It takes, because I know a couple of agents I work with, this is what they tell me. If I don't pick up that phone, it goes to the next person that paid for the premium.
Mhm.
No mercy. And you get that buyer, how are you going to close it? Your skill is really important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I would do Facebook and YouTube video. If you have that, it's cheap. Even Facebook, you don't spend money on Facebook.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
I think David has a question. David, do you have a question?
Hi, everybody. I agree with Nancy Chan 100%. We're in a people business. We're not in the business of artificial intelligence. We're in a people business. People make decisions in 60 seconds if they want to hire you or not. Now, if you take a look at Nancy Chan, she's professionally dressed, and I would give her business because of her presentation. But it boils down to a simple fact. We're in a people business, and decisions are made by buyers in about 60 seconds if they like you or not. Now, I want to talk to everybody about these Zillow services and Redfin services. You know, they'll say, I will give you an exclusive area by zip code, and we will give you let's say 6 to 10 guaranteed referral contacts. It'll only cost you $600 a month. and we guarantee who these lards are bona fide. So I signed up for a company. I don't need to mention their name, but I started getting phone calls and leads. Now here is the hysteria. It is really a funny story. I got a client and he gives me his phone number. My phone number is area code 626-555-1212. You know what that is? That's the phone number for information. I was given a phony phone number. The second time I got a call from a prospective buyer from San Jose, California. And he says, he called in and I checked everything. And he said, David, I have to tell you the truth. I'm really a broker and I'm using your website to check out all the listings in Arcadia, Southern California, because I don't have access to your website that you've created to allow buyers. So I'm using your website to do a search for my clients here in San Jose who wants to buy properties down in Arcadia and the surrounding area. I mean, how crazy can you? I'm paying this marketing company information, and I'm getting bushwhacked. People are using my site, and I'm getting phony people that are checking me out, but they're really not buyers. They're just artificial people that are they're curious about the market area. They're doing a lot of research through you. So you have to be aware that many of these Zillow services are sheer nonsense, a waste of money. The best thing to do is exactly what Nancy Chan, choose a market area within 1 to 2 miles of your property, walk that area, hand out your card, and get the people to know you and do it repetitively, consistently, but always create a reason or a value for them to call you back. Now, I want to leave everybody with the craziest idea that worked. I actually bought a duplex in Pasadena because I thought I could use my retirement fund to make more money than 2%. It was on Grand Oaks Avenue, halfway between Colorado Boulevard and Del Mar. So I did exactly what Peter said. I hired a property management firm to handle the property lease agreements and all that. I stayed totally out of it. But what I did do is I took, because the rents were $2,500 a month, and it was very important for me to get the rent on time. During the summer, I invited each family to the Panda Inn in Pasadena for their buffet luncheon from 11 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock as my guest. And I said, I'm so grateful and thankful that you are my tenant. I want to show you my appreciation. So we would eat a Chinese lunch at Panda Inn from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, about 3 hours. And they walked out like ducks. Okay, they were totally full. But here is the kicker. Instead of sending my rent on the first of the month to my property management firm, they actually sent the rent 1 week earlier on the 21st of the prior month. So I would get my rent for my investment property 7 days early. Okay. Now you want to talk about people business? They loved me as a landlord because they thought of me as a friend, not as a business landlord. And I can tell you this, we're in a people business. We're not in artificial intelligence. We're not in a business dealing with one computer talking to another. So if they don't know you and if they don't like you, you're in the wrong business. You have to get people to like you. And that's my opinion, okay?
David, I really agree with you. And I think that there are a lot of apps, there are a lot of things that you can use. But I tell the agents right now, there's so many things that agents are getting overwhelmed. And I want to pin you down to just a couple of things. Know your target area, fine tune your target area with me. I'll sit down and you can pick my brain. You should drive the area that you want to do and see H houses. You know who used to, I can say it now. You know, Peter, you know, Robert Ho from Long Dragon was very successful in Arcadia.
Yeah.
You know what he did for years? He will drive to every house on every street. 7 o'clock in the morning, he's gone. So he knows the history of all the houses. He sees the new house being built. He sees which house is built now. So when he does talk to a buyer or seller, he is very well versed. And because of a lockbox, I called him one day at 7:30. I figured he's already up because I had an important thing. His wife answered the phone. There was no cell phone there. I said, "Where is he?" And he's out looking at the property that was listed since yesterday. He checks and he says, "This way." He previews every property. You know why he does that? If you have a buyer that wants to look at a property in Arcadia or at Hamburg, if you already preview the listings, it's not your listing. But you know what it is? I think Peter will agree with me. I don't care which company you work with as a realtor. Every listing is your inventory.
Sure.
If you own a dress shop, I love clothes. Peter knows that. If I have a dress shop, a boutique, I better know every dress, every garment in my shop. Same with real estate. New agent asked me, "Nancy, I don't know what to do. I have nothing to do." I said, "Have you looked at every listing in your office? Go preview. Then you understand how come two houses, same size, almost in the same area, price $30,000, $40,000 difference. If you don't look, you don't know." So I'm just saying, it is your job to understand your area, the demographics, what is available, who's living there, know the streets. Some streets, I know the streets, which is Eastman Street or not. People don't know that. I do. Why? Because I drive my area. So as an agent, if you don't know which farm to pick something close to your house, and you drive around the neighborhood of where your office is at. Then you sit down with me and we'll target it to different types of, then you can farm 200 homes a month instead of 2,000. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your money. I want you to be very specific and you can get results. I'm very result oriented because time is money.
Yeah.
Money is, you don't want to waste that. We do have LA Touch Pro that we have walking farm. We have a dynamic farm. You can get phone numbers from some of these apps. You have to pay, but they're really cheap. But I don't believe in giving phone numbers, calling them unless you already met them, because no one is going to answer your call. You know how many calls I get for this and that? I'm very nice. I don't hang up on them right away, but most people are not as nice as me. They'll hang up on you. So know your area, know how much time you're going to spend farming, know how much money you want to spend, and also sit down with Michelle and Peter. We'll fine tune all the activities that you need to do, and we'll find the area that's really suitable for you, and then you can be successful. I have one agent I met before this meeting. She had her two daughters with her in an office meeting. And I love kids, so I was talking to her. I said, "Olivia, have you go door knock and do open houses, your mom?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you like it?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, that pays for your tuition, your clothes, and your Disneyland trip." So she did it with the kids. New agent, she helps other agents do open houses. So with new agents, know the area, volunteer to do open houses for the agent that has listings, and also go there the hour before and knock on doors. And tell them you're sitting on the open house and you'll be happy to see them. And you have any questions, they're welcome to call you. You're getting your face out there. You have to create what I call activities that can give you results. Putting a sign there, you just get people in. But talking to the neighbor to invite them to the open house, that's another way of farming. Okay, so I don't know how much time I have, but Peter, I want to kind of summarize these things in a couple of things. You got to have your old relationship. That's your farm already. your schoolmate, your old colleagues, your PTA friends. Michelle has a lot of your kids' family. She doesn't have time to do real estate. She's babysitting all of you. But and people you go to church you talk to, people in the gym you talk to, those are the people that you already have a relationship with. Those are the people you should be farming. You should be calling them just to say hi, just to see, hey, we have a new Treasury Department thing, and let them vent, listen to them, and build relationships. People want to talk to people. We don't talk to people anymore. Those are already your friends, your acquaintance. They will be happy to talk to you. Second thing, the farm that I really want you to work on consistently, just like David says, consistently, and you have to write down your schedule every day. What are you going to do from 9 to 5? You have to have a schedule. Also, drive by the area when you order a farm from me. I'm going to give you a farm the way you want it to be. So talk to me, and then you have to drive by. Because when you knock on that door, you're going to see that person. You're going to compliment them on their house, on whatever. And you see they're older. You can offer the government free funding thing to fix their houses now. There's a lot of programs like that. Be useful. Be a source of information. Be a source of somebody that they will want to call whenever they have a question. Okay, so those are 2 farms that you should have. And then how much time you want to spend. How often do you want to talk to them? Then I can give you all the apps, I give you the phone number, that can give you all that. But we need to sit down. Peter, I want at least these agents to start farming.
Yeah.
Because they have to have activities.
Yeah.
Activities will bring results.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, Nancy's method is very pragmatic and very efficient, and she's willing to help you one-on-one. So once you get the farming list, and she'll walk you through, and she'll give you some good idea, and then she'll help you to get good results. And actually, we have a couple of agents in our company that did the door knocking religiously every day, and they were able to increase their production from a few $1,000 to over $100,000 in 1 year, and it's a proven technique. So you have to try it. And Nancy is very patient in tutoring you how to do it.
I have another thing is that I don't follow the scripts. I'll teach you how to talk to people.
That's
because talking to people, to have them open up to you, is another important thing.
Right.
And I'm pretty old. I've talked to a lot of people in my life, so I think I know how to talk to people. I think everybody that met me once will remember me. At least you want that.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's understanding them first. When you have a conversation with anybody, it's not listening to how they don't want to listen to you. It's getting information off them. You want to know a little bit about them. That's your key. Your key is to understand them more.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to get that relationship. They don't care if you're the $1 million producer. You're not going to put money in their pocket. They don't care how famous you are. They want to know that you do care about them. So getting information from them is the key to that conversation.
Yeah.
How to talk to them and get more information.
I agree. Yeah, communication is very, very important. It's by through the communication you can get the trust, and then from your confidence they can tell that you are the person to represent them. So that's very important.
It's not that hard. It just takes practice. After you door knock 30 homes, you're going to be a pro, and you're going to be skinnier too. I'm just teasing. But if I were agent now, I would door knock, because that's the only time you can see that person face to face. And if you can't do door knock on your neighbors. Start talking to your neighbors now. You haven't talked to them for years. It's time to be a friend with them. We don't talk to our neighbors anymore, which is sad.
Yeah, I know.
And your neighbors are your resources. Okay, I know I'm taking a lot of time. I tend to nag the agents and tell them what to do. I'm a mom. I'm sorry, but I have the best intention in mind. I want you to be successful. I want you to be proud of yourself. And the last thing, that's the most important thing, I want you to make money. All right. So I do appreciate the time. And Catherine, thank you for joining us. Some of the people that, and David, everybody, I appreciate you, Michelle. I appreciate Peter. You guys work so hard for this office, and I'm always going to be here. Just text me directly. My phone number is on the screen, 626-318-8897. And I'll bring the flyers for the apps and the app solutions to you guys. They are imprinted, so you guys are welcome. I'll give it to Michelle, and and so you guys will have it. Then you can talk to me. You can't use every one of them. I have agent that gets overwhelmed. They say, there's so many, I don't know what to do. And they forget what that one is for, and they don't remember what that one is for. Pick one or two.
Mhm.
And if you use that one or two, you're going to be fine.
Okay, very good.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, David, Catherine, Irma.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, appreciate it
Bye-bye.
very much. And
Okay.
really
Bye. Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And next week we'll continue with the training, and it will be how to do the marketing, how to handle the paperwork in our office, and how to do the transaction from A to Z. Okay, it will be very informational and educational, so don't miss it. That's what
Okay.
next week. After you get the farming from Nancy, I'm sure that you might have a couple of listing or something to talk about. So we're looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay. So
Perfect.
everybody have a nice week.
Okay,
Bye,
bye-bye.
everybody. Bye.
Again.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Much. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.